Hey everybody, this is Dr. Arjun Kamal getting over our BCRX headache. Did you get a headache today?
Yes,
So did
massive
I.
one since morning.
Oh, since early this morning, my head is like throbbing.
Right.
My head is normally throbbing, but now it was pulsating. It was it was coming off.
Yeah,
Very
it's
bad, brutal day for BCRX loans. Brutal,
painful.
to say the least. Now the question is, buy, sell, hold, write calls, write puts, buy calls. What the hell to do now? That's the question.
Well, let's talk about why this happened. I mean, they paused the trial.
Well, they wasn't the FDA that halted the trial. It was them. They
Right.
decided to stop enrollment into the trial. Let those that are in it continue, but stop new enrollees. And the reason was some, not all, they don't specify what percent, were having too much creatine levels. And I don't even know what that means, how dangerous it is. I suppose it's dangerous enough for them to stop it. The body makes creatine, I know that. I guess too much of anything is bad. I don't know the exact danger involved. But there were no. I don't think there were any SAEs. I don't think there were any serious adverse events yet. They moved
Right.
early to stop it.
So they noticed something is off. They stopped it.
Yeah,
That's basically what happened.
it's smart. Better than waiting for the FDA to shut them down.
Right.
So I think they did the right thing.
So what I did is I held my shares. I did not, as always, when something like this happens, I freeze and I don't do anything. I just hold the bag.
We have a scientific reason why too much creatine is bad. Here it is. I believe
Right.
PR is correct. Increased creatine is a measure of kidney failure. So, I guess they were forced to do what they did. In further explanation, serum creatinine is a waste product that comes from normal wear and tear on muscles of the body and is usually cleared by the kidneys. So that means there was so much that the kidneys couldn't clear it, I suppose.
Yeah, I know that Linda bought some. Linda bought. She told me she bought like a lot of
But
shares.
but Doug says in this population, elevated serum creatinine is not extremely surprising. So maybe it's not as bad as it seems. There aren't many. There are basically no viable choices for PNH. Maybe even with the elevated creatinine, it's still maybe worth moving forward. Yeah, okay. So the factor D, it's kidney related disease to begin with. So they have this high creatinine level with or without taking their drug, factor D. We're going to talk about NWBO also. A heavy volume moving up on a down market. Publication in the next 4 weeks in Heat's opinion. We're waiting on publication because that was their strategy to publish it in a peer-reviewed journal, not to just show the top line data by itself. Tim said trials are paused all the time, and oftentimes not for long. So it could be a month, could be 2 months, could be 3 months, could be 2 weeks, could be 2 days. It's no telling, and it could be forever. That's the scary part. It could be so bad that they determine that they can't continue it anymore. Mark was like a genius in his timing. Remember yesterday he told us that
Wow. You're lucky, man.
He sold all of his BCRX, all of it.
Yeah, I envy you, man.
Yeah, that was really. I don't know if you.
I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you, Mark.
Let's not call it luck. Let's call it skill.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah, we're all happy for anybody who got out and can get back in. Yeah, and WBO we'll talk about. We'll look at a chart. I own some. I mean, you have to be in it to win it. That's one that looks interesting.
Yeah, I have it too.
Yeah, you have it too. So I don't own enough that it helped my portfolio today. I mean, nothing could help today because of VCRX, and CRISPR didn't help either.
And Amazon and Nvidia and a lot of tech stocks got beat up really bad too.
Yeah. Sava and Athersys, two more. CTIC has been holding its own. Pretty good. But
Yes.
it is disturbing, particularly disturbing what happened to BCRX today. And let's take a look at the chart and talk about some strategies going forward. I mean, there's nothing we can do about the past. So we got to think about the future. Just holding, of course, is one way to play it. Maybe not the worst. Sometimes you mess with things and it just makes it worse.
Most bios are really getting beat up.
Yes. The actual averages weren't terrible. The S&P was only down 0.25%. The Dow was up 0.4%. NASDAQ got killed, 1.34%, big tech. And Russell got hammered at 0.75%. Let's take a look at everything else. Crude oil moved back up a little, 2%. Gold up 0.65%. Silver the same. And Bitcoin, 10-year, look at the 10-year, 2.71. It's going to 3. There's almost no question about it. It's going to 3. Bitcoin is having a little bit of a tough go, right? Down 12.77, 3%, 42,354. We'll take another look at Bitcoin as well, I think. Why not? Well, what do you want to start with, BCRX or the spiders?
Let's do the spiders.
All right. Also, Mankind, I want to talk about Mankind as well. Oh, this is not good. Give me my candlesticks. Give me my moving averages. At least a 50. Let's just look at that. Not going to bother putting everything in. It'd take too long. So the spiders, we said the 50 is going to be support or else. And actually, you got a well-behaved candle today. It's another doji, which actually is good. It didn't make it did in the sense that it didn't make another new low today. It actually it didn't finish above the close yesterday, but pretty close. It was an okay candle. We're in a little bit of a downtrend, and I like to see dojis at the end of a little downtrend. Maybe they're signifying a turn back up. So very often you get these dojis that signify a change in direction, and I'm hoping that's what this is. Again, it's hard to say what this S&P is going to do ultimately. You can't fight the tape, but the tape is not clear. So it could find support right in here at 441. And it could, of course, retest the highs at 480. Or it could retest the lows. Remember where we are. We're right smack in the middle of the recent lows at 410 to 480. 410 to 480 is 70 points. 35 and 410 is 445. We closed today at 447. Very close to the midpoint, Kamal.
So yesterday we thought that today will give us an indication where
And
the
it
support is.
didn't. It didn't.
It
This
was
doji,
indecisive, right?
this doji doesn't indicate much. It just indicates another day of indecision. What I want to see is either we make new highs off of yesterday's candle, or new lows off of yesterday's candle, and if so, that we respect the 50 or we don't respect the 50. If we respect the 50 and bounce up, that's a good thing. Bounce off the 50, it tested it and succeeded in passing the test. That would be a very good thing. On the other hand, if it closes below the 50, I think we're in trouble here. So I think it's still a very critical point in the S&P, for the S&P, inflection point, whatever you want to call it. It could go either way right here. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, I think should determine it. It's right now unclear. It's definitely unclear whether we're going to make higher highs than the 462 and ultimately test the highs at 480, or will we go all the way down and retest some of these lows either at 415 or 410? It's one or the other. It's not going to stay in this trading range forever. So, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure what to think, but I do think we're going to get a retest. We're going to get a test here of the 50. That's what I do think. So I think Monday will be lower, at least for part of the day. The 50 is at 441. That would be significant, 6 points.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at Bitcoin because we always seem to want to look at that. Bitcoin came close to the 50 today. I think again it's going to test the 50 along with the spiders, and that's a crucial test. So this is like a mirror of the spiders. Really, it does what the spiders do, but maybe bigger. With 1.5 times or something like that. Okay, Hood is interesting, by the way. I don't want to get too sidetracked, but Hood is going to 24-hour trading, and they're also going to give their customers a wallet so that you can trade crypto and be able to make transactions from your wallet. So I think that should give it a little bit of a boost down the road. So Hood, keep your eye out for Hood. Hood at single digits, jump all over it. That's what I think. It did hit single digits, didn't it? I think this was single digits down here. 9 and change. 994 to low.
Yeah, but that's an ugly chart the past few days.
Yeah, I do think it's going to get to the single digits again, 9 and change, and that's when I would jump in. I wouldn't jump in yet because that's about 15% lower than where we are now. That's a significant amount. And it's been in a strong downtrend. And also, one of the brokerages downgraded it today or yesterday. I think it was Goldman. And Goldman downgrades, that doesn't help the stock price usually. So part of this is due to a Goldman Sachs downgrade.
I see.
Anyway, let's put BCRX up.
Oh my God, so painful. Oh my God, that's horrible.
Oh, that is pretty, yeah, pretty bad. Look at the volume. The volume almost hits the candlestick. It's on huge volume.
That's basically stop losses.
Yeah, probably.
It's a lot of stop losses right there.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to retest the recent lows down here.
I mean, that's a crazy candle. Look at the candle before that. Look yesterday's candle.
Yeah, it was all the way up there. Huge green day. Well, you know, at this point, if it goes below this key low of nine
Oh
at
my God.
1072, 1072, is that this low? Yeah, 1072 looks to me like it's going to get retested. If it goes below that, I would write puts for the tens. I don't think it's bad to own it below 10. So if it gets to be like 975, something like that, I would jump all over it, the puts at that point. It may not be a bad idea to write puts right around now. It's pretty reasonably priced. You could write the 11s, and I don't know exactly what the premium is, but you collect some premium, and if it closes below 11 at the strike, you inherit the stock at $11. It's not a bad bet. I mean, I don't know because I'm too lazy to look up the premium, but it may not be a bad idea. You got to look at how much to see if it makes sense. Writing calls no longer make sense on this one, so I would rule that out as a strategy. Buying shares right here, that makes sense also. So if you want to own it and you want to own it now, or you want to add to your position now, that's viable, reasonable to do that. Selling at this point, I don't think makes too much sense. So I would rule that option out. So writing calls, I'd rule that out. Selling, I'd rule that out. Writing puts, I'd consider.
I think a lot of the people who lost their shares due to stop losses will buy it back.
Probably, or was smart enough to get out, like Marco, will buy it back. So, it's going to have some support. And I think 1074 will hold. But if it doesn't, in the short term, it may go into single digits. If it does, it's a steal, total steal. It's probably a steal right now, but you know, maybe not. It might still go down to $10, another 10% or 980. I'd rather buy it at $10 than $11. Put it to you that way. So what am I going to do? Am I going to sell? No. Am I going to write calls? No. Am I going to buy calls? No. Am I going to do nothing? Just hold my position? Maybe. Am I going to buy puts? To write puts, rather? Good chance. Am I going to buy puts? Probably not, because I think most of the downside is in. Am I going to buy calls? Probably not. Again, because I think it's too early, and you don't want to pay too much premium for a long-term call. So either I hold my position, or I add to my position, or I write puts, or some combination of those. That's what my plan is. Do you have a plan?
I'm holding, and I believe it's on sale right now. I mean, it's a deep discount.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
if you buy it at 11 or 10, this thing will recover.
It will. It will recover, and there's a very good chance, I think, that they will resume this trial, resume enrolling, especially if there's no serious adverse events from those that continue to be dosed. So let's see what happens. I think time will tell, but I think this looks like a pretty good entry point right where it is
Right.
right now.
Agree.
Let's take a look at Mankind, another interesting stock. Mankind has had a lot of loyal longs that have been in it for years and years and years, before Dr. Mann died. And they were in it from the beginning of the approval of a freezer and have gone through reverse splits and all kinds of nonsense. But it's good to see that we have had a recent bounce off the lows. So that looks promising. We have a very nice bounce off the lows, a very nice channel that formed right in here.
Look at that. Perfect channel.
Yeah. So we're at the bottom of the channel. That seems to be an automatic buy. That's been the trend, you know.
Yep. Yep.
It's been the trend. And if so, you're looking probably for 409 to take some profits, something like that. The top of this candle. So it's not a big swing. You know, 409 would be 36 cents. 36 cents, about 10%. You could play it that way for a 10% bounce.
That's pretty cool.
And you're probably going to get it. So if you want a conservative play, you play it for a 10% bounce. And if it goes below the 50, you're out. The 50 at 357. So that's how it's, you know, it's trading above the 50, so that's pretty bullish. And this whole ascending channel is very bullish. Now, what about the fundamentals? I think they're waiting on United Health to get their drug approved, Tyvaso or whatever it's called. So there's going to be another drug that they're producing, and that might be a big winner. So that's I think in the near future. I haven't been following the fundamentals too carefully. And also, of course, Freezer is their main brand, but that hasn't been doing well, and I don't know why. People who are loyal to it rave about Freezer, but it has not gained popularity through the years. I think the weekly total RX is very stagnant, and the new scripts are very, very small each week. So if Freezer doesn't seem to be the future, it's got to be some other drugs, maybe this Tyvaso and some others that come along in the future. They do have that Technosphere, the gizmo that will, what's the right word? Emulsify? I don't know what the right word is. To make a inhalable out of it. Yeah. So I don't know. I think Mankind is a good buy, definitely for a swing. Is it a good buy for a long-term hold? Not sure. Probably. I mean, look, it's been $6 not too long ago. I hate to use that as any kind of barometer because so many stocks have been way higher than where they are now. So I don't love that barometer, but if it takes out from the technicals, if it takes out 423, 429, then I think we're looking at a probable move up to the next high at 464. So, you know, it looks to me like you can get 410, or you might sell half at that point, and you might sell in 3 different tranches: 410, 430, 460. If you get lucky, I think you can get that run continued run. That's Mankind. And what else?
And WBO.
Yes, so we have to look at that.
I'm gonna have to leave right now. I have things to do.
Okay, have a
I'll-
good,
Have a nice weekend, guys. Take care.
thanks
Bye.
for coming. We have 5 more minutes, and NWBO certainly is very interesting. This is one that people have been in forever also, waiting for the Robert E. Lee to come. It's made a really nice pop off the bottom, off this recent bottom. I'm in it with pretty good timing. I'm in it from 70 cents, not 66, but 70 cents. I came back in, and I actually bought a little more today. I think I paid 85 cents today, something like that, 83, maybe a little less, somewhere around the middle. Right about there is where I came in, 84 and change. It looks very good. The chart looks excellent. It looks like it's going to run to a buck, which would be a nice move of about 16, 17%. Nice move if it makes it. I do think it will. I think the level to watch is that it doesn't give back everything that it got today. So will it give all of this, give it all back to 79 cents? That would be my stop loss there. If I were coming in today, this would be my stop loss, or maybe a little lower, 77 cents, something like that. Yeah, so for a swing, 87 cents to $1, 87 cents to 77 cents for the stop loss. Looks like a good swing, and if you get lucky, the journal article is published and it's positive, and the thing takes off to infinity. That's what everyone is in it for. They're looking for infinity on this one. Of course, I think the market cap is already pretty high, something like 800 million, something like that. So yeah, I mean, is it capable of doing a 10 bagger? Is the market cap justifiable at 8 billion? Maybe, depending on the data, could be. Of course, there isn't much treatment for GBM, glioblastoma, and apparently they're saying it'll be applicable for all solid tumors. If it works for GBM, it's going to work for other tumors as well. So this is one to keep an eye on. It could explode to the upside or not. So I think it's worth a gamble. I am in it for whatever that's worth. A CTIC I wanted to look at. CTIC. I don't know. I think it gave back a little today. It had been up earlier in the day. Gave back 6 cents at 1.23%. I don't love that candle, but you take what you get. It's basically almost gravestone doji, but more like a spinning top. It's still not a good candle. We had a good candle yesterday for CTIC. But again, it doesn't mean much. We're in a trading range, and the trading range is pretty. It might be in this trading range for a long time. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's take a look at this trading range. Like $4 to the top up here at 525. I think we're going to be in this trading range for a long time. That's my call on CTIC. What else did I list? Let me see if anybody has a request, and then I'll say goodnight. All right. Mankind board members loaded up last month, Mark says. Yeah, that's a good sign, no doubt. I like insider buying. Heath is saying goodnight. Patrick says, give PCRX time and let the creatine thing settle out. Mark says, selling $10 puts at 18 cents. Okay, he's writing the $10 at 18. I want more than 18 cents. That's the thing. Casey Robbins said that the Evercore analyst said after talking with management, the future of BCX 9930 is uncertain. It's my primary holding, but I'm having to rethink. Yes, I mean, yeah, there's certainly uncertainty. Nobody can say that there isn't. Whenever the trial is stopped, it's tough sledding for whatever reason. Okay, so I guess that's it for tonight. Albo for Monday, Chucky. Chucky wants Albo Monday. And any other requests we'll do on Monday. Sava and ATHX on Monday. See you all Monday. Have a very good weekend. Adios, amigos. Ciao.